Today's episode of As Far as I'm Concerned with Reese Ross is brought to you by Discounts and Deals, Roanoke's premium deals membership, the membership that lets you support all your local businesses, also save some money and have fun. Check them out at discountdealsroanoke.com. Become a member today. That's discountdealsroanoke.com. Become a member today. Save and have fun. As far as I'm concerned. Let's switch to something else.
Okay.
Having said all that we've just said, because of your experiences with other people, did it create trust issues for people that you didn't have before?
No. Because I'm going to tell you what I've learned in all of this. I'm a very trusting person until you give me a reason to not trust you. That's the way I grew up. That's the way, and I'm strong in my beliefs. What it has taught me is that I just can't trust you, this one person.
Right.
But going forward, no, the next person gets a fair shot. Now, there are some things that can happen to you in relationships that somewhat scar you, that's really going to make you kind of question, like, you know what, I've been here before, like what you're doing feels like a very familiar situation for me. Yeah. But before I blow off the handle on you, I am going to say, hey, this just seems weird to me. Tell me if I'm just overreacting or if I'm just not over some baggage that I brought to this relationship, because no matter how much you work on yourself, you still are going to bring some level of baggage to a relationship. But that's true. I just feel like talking about it, just talking, being honest up front about stuff. But for me, it doesn't kill. I'm a happy person, and I'm going to be happy, and I'll be damned if I let anybody get in the way of that, because if you do, I have to cut you out. Like, I just feel like I have more time behind me than in front of me. And from where I stand, going forward, my life has to mean something. It has to be filled with integrity. I want to have fun. I want to be around people who are like-minded, you know. So I'm going to trust. I'm going to keep trusting until you give me a reason not to trust you. I'm just not going to trust you. But then I'll just move on to the next thing.
Yeah. See, for me, I've built kind of a wall now, being that, same thing you said, though. If I see something, okay, this is familiar to something else that happened, so now I'm looking at this a little more close.
Right.
The only thing that really changed is I'm less quick to take your word for something.
The credibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have to see more proof that what you're saying is what's going on versus you saying this is what's going on.
Right.
I personally don't see it as a bad thing because I'm paying more attention.
Right. Human nature.
Although I have been accused, and I've asked people about this, about being less emotionless about things, which, I mean, I don't see it. I know I asked Anna that question, if I seem more emotionless than previous.
Yeah,
but you
really
could have gone through so much that you become numb.
But it's not, you know what though? It's not even that I went through a lot of stuff. It's just that when I went through certain things, it just made me pay attention to that and other things more. So now, if you say, radar. You know, for instance, if you say, I just want to be with you. Yeah, I don't believe you right off. I'm sorry, it might be fucked up, but
no, it's not.
And I don't give that trust to people unless you really have to earn it. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So I think when you go through stuff like that, maybe not trust issues, but it does heighten your awareness to what's going on and the way things are going
and the way you move going forward.
Right, the way you handle it. So, having said that, because like I said, I really don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as me avoiding things that I know better. But we ain't talking about me now. Because now I'm looking at Carleen.
Uh-oh.
Carleen?
Oh, God. I have so many different things running through my head right now.
Well, let's hear it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what do y'all think about red flags?
I was just
Woo!
talking about these
Yeah,
with Hannah
yeah.
on the phone,
Yeah.
actually.
Bruh.
She.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is actually something I was just talking about. I was talking to Anna and I was talking to Laurel, and I'm like, I point out, and everybody else, like, I'll tell them, like, oh, this guy, this, and this, so on, so on. It's like, oh, that's a red flag, that's a red flag. And in my head, I'm like, that's a red flag. And I'm like, but damn, I have a lot of red flags myself, you know? Like, so can I really judge this person
Yes.
on their red
Yeah,
flags, even though I
absolutely.
have some red
Yes.
flags?
All right, so here's a question for that, though. Because of whatever you've experienced in the past, does that make you create red flags that aren't actually there just because of what you've experienced previously?
Possibly. I don't know.
I'm gonna say yeah, because I do it. Like, I know I do it, but I don't fault myself for it, because to me it means I'm being more careful than previous.
Yeah.
But I will see something that is very insignificant and be like, "Woo, that's a red flag. I ain't remember that." But then I'll look at it later and be like, "Really? Why was that a red flag?" And I'm like you.
Yeah.
I have plenty, but I don't think that. I mean, they might be like burgundy or yellow, but I don't see them as. Yeah, we'll go with orange.
Orange flag.
Mom. We'll go with that.
Coral.
But I do. I know
That's
that I
great.
create them for myself when I talk to other people. Like, am I being overly cautious about some stuff? Absolutely. I definitely am. I know I am.
Yeah.
And I know I am when I'm doing it, but it gets overridden by still look at it, because, So I don't think there's such a thing as creating too many of them. I don't think I have that
You have
many
to be
myself.
comfortable in a relationship. You have to feel like that you're being nurtured, that you both have each other's interests at heart.
Right.
And for me, when I start feeling like that's not the case, for me it's like, okay, let's have a conversation about it. Some things you don't have to talk about. Some things is very clear what it is, and you have to make that decision, because you can't just always allow somebody to talk away that red flag.
Right.
That red flag is really a gut instinct that you really do need to pay attention to.
But does that gut instinct get blurred based on things that you went through before?
I think yes, and I think society blurs it somewhat too, because nobody really wants to be an outcast. Everybody really wants to belong. Everybody really wants to be loved or cared for. And sometimes we do talk ourselves out of things, because I know for me at one point it was the fear of losing somebody, even though I knew that they weren't the best person for me.
Right.
I was comfortable in that relationship, and I didn't want to lose that, because I didn't want to go through the pain and the hurt of not being in a relationship. I didn't want to be by myself. I didn't want to be lonely. But I made the choice to do that. And you do sometimes have to sit in your hurt and your pain and your loneliness. And if you do that, on the other side of that is the best version of yourself. You come out of that thing so well equipped for whatever it is that you're trying to do going forward. I mean, if you're honest with it, if you look in that mirror and say, hey, I don't like what I see, I got to work on. If you actually work on those things and try to be a better person, then you're ready for the next relationship.
And the short is, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna change up speeds, because one of us, me, is gonna get a lot of questions about everything we just said. Which, here's the other thing too. I don't have a problem with somebody questioning something I said, because I will tell you, I don't give a shit. I really don't. And maybe that's because of stuff I've been through, but now I'm at the point where, you know what? I don't give a fuck what you think.
Well, and everybody has an opinion. So, I mean, it doesn't
And they're
mean
like
that
assholes. Everybody got one.
What I'm saying is going to work for you. What I'm saying here today is this is what has worked, has not worked, or what I feel will work. And I'm speaking just basically for myself. Not saying, well, you as a person, this is what you need to do I'm saying this is what I'm doing going forward.
Right.
Just to clear that up in case somebody's not happy about my opinion of what I want to do or who I am or where I've been.
And if they ain't, fuck them.
That too.
Just saying. So, again, we'll switch it up a little bit because this can be a 7-hour conversation on its own. Everybody here is employed in one way or the other. That sounds bad. Like one of them is a prostitute, but they ain't really saying that. But like, so currently the way things are going with our society, if you had to make a decision right now with current employment or move into something else, which one would you pick? Anna.
If what? But
Welcome back.
sorry.
No, like
Sorry,
if you had to pick right now from your current job or move into something completely new, money aside, because that makes it an easier decision. So money aside, would you stay with what you currently do for employment, or would you just move to something new and start a different chapter in your life as far as employment is concerned?
I mean, well, I mean, obviously, if I had to choose, I wouldn't work. But, you know, I can't do that because, you know.
That's a red flag.
What? Is it really?
I mean, maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, it's different for you, but would you want to work? I guess you would because you've told me that before. Anyway,
Wait, hold on.
but,
Stop. Who at this table would choose to not have to work versus work?
Yeah. Well,
Because, I mean, if you give me the choice and I can still at least maintain my current lifestyle and not work, which is what I'm working towards, I would absolutely not work.
Yeah.
At least for anybody else.
well, it just sucks because I thought, like, I mean, I don't want to stay there forever because that's just, like, it's so, you know, obviously monotonous, like, boring. It's not, like, a passion of mine, but I don't really know because when I was younger, I was like, oh, I want to be a nurse. And, like, I really stuck with that throughout until, like, I went to Western, even was in, like, nursing program. And then I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. And then I got into the business. I was like, oh, this isn't so bad because whatever. I mean, I was making good money, but then now that I'm like thinking about, wow, this is my job, just sitting here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not very. I don't know. And then I get just self-conscious, I guess. Like when I see my friends becoming whatever, doctors, nurses, is something that seems like, oh wow, where do you? Oh, I'm an engineer. Oh, that's awesome. And then if I tell someone, oh, where do you work? Oh, they're like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's better than some other things, but I wish I could find like my passion, like what I want to do, which
your purpose.
Yeah, which I don't.
But
know.
you're still young enough to do that.
But
Not
if
saying
it's
that
any
anybody else at this
consolation
table
to
is
you-
too old to figure out what they want to
I'll
do.
tell you, I think I got more age on me than
Two of us.
Yes. I'm 51.
oh my, what?
I'm
I mean, I didn't mean like
51.
that, but wow.
Don't she look
But-
damn
She have any
good?
wrinkles? What the?
She said,
But it wasn't until I was 47. 47 is when I figured out this whole designing clothes thing
Yeah.
is my purpose and my
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah.
But it all came out of pain. It was all birthed out of pain. The things that I went through in my life. So don't feel like it's too late for you or that you should have had it figured out by now. Because I think a lot of people, you know, when you graduate from high school and you go to college, you are expected to know what it is you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You haven't even experienced life to know what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my answer is absolutely, and I'm gonna do it. I'm in the throes of doing it now. I'm gonna jump, and I won't say I don't know where this is gonna take me. I know where I want it to take me, and I'm gonna work to that end. And yes, I'm gonna come out of my comfort zone, and I'm gonna take some risks, and some of it is scary, but it's also exciting at the same time. And me having lived up to this point, what I'm learning is your life is worth you trying to find your purpose. Because if not, you already know what you're going to do. You're doing it. That's clear. So wouldn't it be worth it to invest in yourself or to at least find out what else there is to you to, you know, for me, I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to do it in a matter of months. I'm going to totally do it. Financially, is that a smart thing for me to do?
who knows?
Right. But you know what? I know what I'm getting if I don't jump. And I'm not happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what it's going to be if I don't jump. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it because I have gone through those relationships. I have raised my kids. I have done all those things. I want to see what else is next in my life. I don't have a whole lot of time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think time also can kind of push you in one direction or cause you to just kind of stay stagnant.
Absolutely.
Because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but you have time.
So what is it?
I know, you're very insightful.
What is
She
it
really
if
is.
you could
She's-
pick?
Uh-huh.
I'm taking you back to being 9.
Yeah.
What is it that you would do if you could just pick right now? Like, this is what I think I want to do for the rest of my life. What would it be?
Probably something, I don't know, something to do with, like, crime stuff, because I love, you know, that
cool.
stuff. Yeah, like
She's
forensics
going to be a
or
bank
something.
robber.
Yeah,
I
uh-huh.
want to be involved in crime. I think I'm going to be a kingpin. It's got
Just
good,
trying to imagine me, like,
Say like
got good
crime
benefits.
stuff,
I'm
like-
sorry, I'm sorry.
Flexible
I didn't
hours.
mean like that. like
we know what you mean.
forensics,
Money I
like,
understand.
yeah, really.
you know, CSI, stuff like that. That's probably.
Okay.
I thought always my passion was medical, which I still like, but I don't know.
Well, it probably is along the lines of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medical crimes. That's some big shit right there. You can be big pharma.
You said crime.
Carleen, same
Medical
question. If you could choose whatever you wanted right now
Why
to
are you
be
looking
your...
Sorry.
She got in superhero pose. Like, wait till you hear this shit.
Throw a cake
But
over.
like, if you could choose whatever it was that you thought you wanted to do for the rest of your life, as far as employment or however you want to name it, what would it be?
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, yeah, like
She
something to do with
is.
photography, but I just feel like there's just so much to learn, and I just,
Yeah, but
And you got to start somewhere, and you have.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, like
something with photography. But then also I look at it like, I feel like if it's something I enjoy doing, like as a hobby, and like when I'm going out taking pictures of like the mountains or anything like scenic or something like that, like it's calming to me. It's like calms me down and de-stresses me. If that's is that a word?
Doesn't feel like
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
of course.
So I feel like if I was to make that like a job, I wouldn't enjoy it as much anymore, and that's what I'm scared of.
Oh,
That makes
I
sense.
gotcha.
Depends
That's a
on
good
how
point.
you make it as a job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess for me, being on the outside looking in, if you are trying to make a living off of people coming to you for you to take their pictures, I can see the stress in that.
Yeah.
But what if it was like art photography, like you take, because you do an amazing job of it. I'm going to show you that I've saved some of the pictures
Oh, I
that
love
you
that.
posted on
Aw.
Facebook as my screenshots, because they are gorgeous. What if you put the work out there as art and people bought it that way? You
Yeah.
can make a really
That's
good
what your
living
brother
off,
does,
you know,
right?
off of, I mean, there's so
Well,
many
wait.
things you can do with it.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you said
That's
that
true.
because
Man.
this is the same thing I was just telling you about what you do. What you don't think what you don't think is that great, other people look at and be like, holy shit, like I didn't know
Yeah, like, that's
that
the
you were
exact
capable
same-
of this. So that's literally the same thing you
Exact
just told
same
her.
thing.
Wow.
Because sometimes I look at them and I'm like, oh yeah, that's just ordinary.
You don't see yourself.
Yeah,
And
you
that's,
don't.
that's the same thing though with your zigzag.
With his zigzag.
And that's why, you know,
That's
I
a
say
good
too,
point.
you've got to surround yourself with like-minded people who are going to be honest with you about things.
Right.
Because you're right. For me, it's hard for me to look at my work, and I judge my work based off of, yeah, but is this what Betsy Johnson stuff? You know, am I at that level? I'm not at that Michael Kors level. I'm not at that Versace level. So for me, I'm continuously chasing that perfection, and I have to learn to stop and just enjoy the phase that I'm in right now. That's hard for me. That's why I throw stuff out there at people I trust and really listen to their feedback, because that's important to me, because I can't judge it.
Yeah.
You know, I know where every stitch is, but did you see that zigzag though? Because if you, you know, because that could be the one thing stopping me from trying to move to the next level. It's like, well, you know, I got to wait till I perfect that before I actually move to it. And the next person's like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing about you working in your craft. You're harder on yourself than anybody else would be,
Absolutely.
you know.
Very-
So we ain't gotta ask you what you want to do.
But yeah, it's clear, right?
What do you want to do, Reese?
Yeah. Well,
this
I guess
right here.
Yeah.
Because it's fun for me to talk to people and learn stuff that I wouldn't learn otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned from doing this that I think I have the ability to get people to talk about stuff that wouldn't be normal conversation, whether it's friends or not. But at this point, it's enjoyable. It's not paying me. I don't have anybody paying for it for me to do it. I pay for it myself, and I do it myself. But I enjoy doing it. Now, would it be a plus if I got paid to do this? Hell yeah, it would. But this would be it. Like, I got other stuff I enjoy doing, and I still do on top of this. But if I got to choose what my profession was going to be and how I made a living, this would definitely be it. Some people I get to talk to that I probably wouldn't talk in depth to. But just like y'all right here, I've known all three of you at least, say, 5 years on the easy end. But the times that you've appeared on this podcast, I learned way more in that hour or 2 hours or so than in that entire time. So even people that I've known for a long time, I learn more about them talking to them on here than I do just in regular conversation. So that's something I actually enjoyed. Now, I also learned things about myself, about how I feel about certain things and stuff like that by doing this too. I've definitely learned that I don't trust people as much as I should. I don't think that's a bad thing. But I've also learned that my opinion about certain things is not that far off from other people's opinions where I thought it was complete opposite. Yeah. So this is what I would do. Let me correct that. This is what I intend on doing. So now, how long that takes to happen, this results may vary. But this would definitely be my choice. Because I can do this without, I don't have to ask anybody to help me. When I say that, I don't mean having people come on.
It comes easy
but
to you.
Yeah, I can do it with or without anybody's help for the most part. So this is what I would do.
Yeah. And I wasn't trying to say, like, working stuff is bad or anything. Like,
well, it is.
but, I mean, that's just not what I want to do forever.
No, it is.
You know, I wasn't trying to make it sound like, you know.
You don't have to say it. Because collectively, I think that's the consensus is.
That's, yeah.
Okay, please.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so we've went through serious stuff. Now let's do something fun.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we're going to do some would you rather questions. But before you answer the question, I want you to really think about what your answer is and what the consequences will be of said answer. So the first one's kind of easy, but like I said, really think about it. So the first one would be, would you rather lose the ability to speak or lose the ability to be able to read?
Oh, man. Lose the ability to speak.
I didn't say it was going to be easy. I just said this was the easiest one.
Lose the ability to speak or lose the ability to read?
Yes.
And probably speak, because you can just learn, well, not everyone really know. I mean.
No, I think I need to learn, I need to keep the speaking because I like to talk a lot. I'd have to lose the ability to read.
Yeah.
But then think
But
about
you can
that.
just have audio
But
books.
think about that.
That's
you
the
can't,
point.
You can't read anything.
Well, how could you read to tell? Well, you can tell Google to do it for you.
Yeah. Speak
We got
whatever.
technology these days.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll help
I'm
our
going
case.
to not be able to read.
But
I think you're right.
Okay,
You're right.
That would be
Because most
definitely
people
obvious.
don't read now anyway.
But how would you function if you go somewhere and your phone's not working and you need to read these signs to figure out where you are and where you need to go?
Well, then I
would
can
just ask somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
There's
you can
nobody
speak.
around. Desert. 0 people.
Well, then I better go on just straight gut instinct and whatever.
I mean, yeah, that's all you have at that point.
Okay, wait a minute. So with this question, was I once upon a time able to read and now all of a sudden I can't?
I'm going to say with this particular question, you either had one or you had the other, but you don't know the other. So if you don't know how to read now, that doesn't mean that at one point you knew how.
Okay, I'm just still going to keep the ability to speak.
Yeah, same.
Because we got a lot of ignorant people out here now that are doing some pretty amazing things. And it's clear they can't read or don't. So...
Okay, so with me, because of what I want my profession to be, I'm going to keep the ability to speak.
Yeah, I would hope, yeah.
Although it would really suck to be at a restaurant and be like, oh.
So got
Can you
pictures.
just read?
But
Some of them.
But I always say to like the server, so what would you suggest, or what is your favorite dish, or something like that?
Yeah, but what if they say fish and you're allergic to seafood? Like,
Oh well, because
what
something
what
else.
else?
What else? I like.
and they just hand you the menu, like, really?
Well, I mean, okay, so working at the post office and working at front counter, you encounter a lot of people, and sometimes people come in and you know they can't read, and sometimes they'll tell you like, I'm sorry, I don't read well, or I can't see well enough to read, when you really know they just can't read.
Right.
And so you just go ahead and help them.
So I think we agree on that one. The ability to speak is probably going to be the one that furthers you a little bit more.
Yeah, but that's scary though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the easy one, by the way. I'm just going to warn y'all now.
Well, hit
Oh,
us
no.
with the hard ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is, would you rather have average sex every time you have sex, or great sex but one time a year?
Well, I already know what Big
Look,
I'm
Anna,
gonna have
I'm
great
sorry.
sex.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry now, because what I'm going to say is funny to me, but you might not find it that funny.
What? I'm scared. What? I'm scared.
So I just immediately, when Carleen said she know what you think, I just immediately thought, well, shit, I'm already average sex, so I might as well keep going with that. So I don't know, but that was just funny.
Oh no. Yeah.
So average sex every time you have sex, or great sex but only one time a year?
Probably the average. Yeah, because I like to. Probably the average size.
You freak, huh? It's just like, I like to have sex. Average. Okay.
What?
I'm
That's
gonna be
fair.
honest
That's
with you.
fair.
I'd probably pick the average too, because I don't know how I'd do with the whole once a year thing.
Well, wait a minute. Let's clarify something. Great one time a year doesn't mean that's the only time you get to do it. It just means
it's only great once, and then
one.
Out of the whole
and
year.
then it sucks the rest of the
Yes.
time. Okay, well then I'll
Oh.
go with that.
Well, because don't we kind of get that as women anyway?
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
No, she's not lying.
Like,
You ever feel like you set yourself up?
you kind of
But-
there.
because for me, women, I think we have less mind blowing sex than men do.
Yeah.
Because you all are in it for that orgasm. I mean, you gonna do everything you can possibly before you get up out that bed, or let her get up
Hold
to
up.
get there. Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Hold up.
Okay, we throwing punches again.
Yep.
You had to
That'll
start
be
it,
for
April.
Maurice.
This is where my mind is.
Even though you cute, I'm gonna have to go here with you.
Let's go.
Is it because we trying to achieve that orgasm? That makes sense. But then to me, that means, well, what the hell are you trying to get out of it that I'm not seeing?
Well, okay. Sex means different things to us as women. Sex for us, sometimes, we always want that orgasm, but we don't always get it. Sometimes it's more about the intimacy of it. Women, we want intimacy more so than just sex.
Yep.
Where's Mark when I need him?
So
He's a virgin. He couldn't help it.
some,
I mean, he claims it all the time on the podcast.
Those are his words.
Okay.
Those are
Every
his
time
words.
he claims on the podcast he's a virgin, so I'm just helping him out with this
because
one.
sometimes we want that intimacy, and we know that. I mean, that's what sex equates to us sometimes.
Okay.
Yes.
Intimacy aside.
Absolutely.
Just for the pure act of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have it as much if it was. I mean,
If-
Well, I think a lot of the sex that women have is because we know our partner wants to have it. Because we can.
Some of y'all, because some of y'all.
I'm just speaking for. I'm speaking for myself, but I
Okay,
know
there
some
you go.
women will agree with me. And then you just got some people out there who just really enjoy. And by the way, I do enjoy sex. And I don't always look for my partner to get me to that point, because I know my body better than anybody else does.
Gotcha.
So average sex with a guy can end up being great sex for me, because I know things that I can do while I'm with him to
Like
make
enhance it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take the average because I believe in my ability.
So
Hell yeah. Okay.
So I guess to make this a little bit more extreme, we're gonna say instead of average is fucking horrible.
Oh hell no!
Or
What? That's a waste of time.
or you got that one time a year was kind of like Christmas or birthday sex, which is absolutely different, no matter who you with. So it's either horrible all the time or it's great that one time.
I'm just gonna wait for that one time because I got other things that can occupy me until then.
I guess as long as they still sell batteries.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was you going to say?
We got rechargeable ones at this point.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
past the batteries.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even need the toys. So, I mean,
well, I was just gonna say, what do you mean by horrible? Like, what's like?
Like whatever horrible sex is in your mind,
that's what you're gonna get every time.
Every time.
Okay.
No, that we wasting our time with that. Like, no.
Carleen.
I'm gonna have to go with what they're saying.
So you going with that one time
you really
a year?
need another guy at this table.
Help you out.
Been here.
I need like 6 other dudes at this table because I'm feeling real vulnerable right now.
So what are you choosing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Reese.
I mean, what I feel like is horrible. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the one time because my horrible is probably different from y'all's horrible. But it's
what would
still
be horrible sex for a guy?
Yeah.
I'm the host. I get to ask the questions.
I'm curious.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I want to
Tell
know.
us.
What's
Okay,
from your...
so for me, horrible, first of all, depends on who it is, which means, should I have really done that? That can be horrible right there. Just after the fact, just like, damn. It's kind of like eating something you already know you don't like, but you was hungry, so you ate it anyway. Now you sick. So
now you sick.
Yeah. Now you got a stomach virus. Yeah, it goes deeper than that, but like, and I guess women have this issue too, but you can sleep with somebody and then really question why you did it in the first place, and now you got to deal with whatever comes along with the fact that you just slept with that person. Like, they got my phone number, they know where I live.
No, I don't even make it that hard.
That's the other problem too.
You set yourself up with that.
I walked into that one.
Sometimes you just hurry up and do it to get it over with, and there you go.
I'm a blatant kind of person, so if it's not working for me, I'm gonna tell you. And I mean, I don't care if you got my phone number.
So you gonna start booing me? Hold up a little scorecard, like that was a 2.3.
Oh my god! Registered.
Oh.
Categories.
I mean, you know, I'm not hardcore. If I'm coming out that way, I'm not hardcore at all. I'm a very emotional person, and that gets me into trouble too. But if a relationship is not working or the sex is not working, I am vocal about it.
All right.
I can't have my time wasted anymore. That's where I don't have tolerance for that.
Y'all wonder why we don't talk to y'all like that. It's because of shit like that.
Well, I mean,
like,
you
can
know,
you
would
imagine?
you rather know that about me than to get your feelings hurt day in and day out trying to figure that
Not
out?
after the fact.
Well,
not
but,
if we have sex and you get up and be like, you know what?
That didn't work for me.
Look, you work on your technique or something.
I know.
You are the weakest link.
I mean, sometimes the first time you get with somebody, that can be awkward.
Yeah.
Y'all don't
you're
know
nervous.
each other's bodies.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah. So, yeah. But
Okay.
after a few times, bro, it should start clicking. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it really should. Like, because you're not going to get any more chances.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got a short window.
Anna, what's your final answer?
Oh,
Horrible every time or great one time a year?
Keep going.
I guess great one time a year. Because, I mean, who wants horrible sex?
April?
You
Yeah,
know?
that one time.
Same.
Yeah, I guess we all agree on that too. Because the more I think about what horrible is, yeah. Okay, so sticking with that, the last one is going to be once a month you either have an orgy with strangers or once a month you have, not all at the same time, or once a month you have sex with all your exes.
Oh God. Ming
I'm
Ming's lucky because she doesn't
yeah.
have a lot of
I'm
exes.
gonna
So I'm gonna
roll
go with the
She like, shit,
strangers.
that's an easy one.
I'm rolling with the strangers, yo. I mean,
Oh,
some
God.
like I can't. Nah, yeah.
I know
Now,
Carleen would be.
when I say strangers, you're not even the one that's picking who these people are.
I'm going to check into a convent at that point. That can never be good either way.
Yeah.
I'm
This
going to
is a
invest
really
in
They're
Tesla
exes for a
batteries.
reason, number one.
They're strangers for a reason.
And then the damn strangers, like, man,
Hey, look.
you can be getting a hunch. Quasimodo can show up and come and tell me.
You ever
I'm
seen-
gonna roll with that?
Look,
Like,
you ever seen that dude that stand on Melrose
Oh,
with a little
shit.
makeshift turban? You know what I'm talking about?
He could be
He
one
could
of those
be one
strengths.
of them.
No, see that now. That yeah.
So you don't have.
I'm
you don't
checking
have,
into a convent.
You don't have any control of who said strangers are. The only thing you get to choose is what sex they are. But as far as who they are, you have no say in that part. And since we
Do you get to say which exes you can have sex with?
no, it's all
Oh
of them.
hell no, man! Like,
And you got a month. You can spread that.
and
I-
every
I'ma
month
say-
that's what we're doing.
I'm gonna say you can spread the month out however you want, but it's either all the exes in that month or one orgy with strangers in that
Because
month.
that makes suicide seem so like glamorous. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
I don't know. That orgy with them strangers might be your suicide.
Well, okay. If I had to choose an answer, I would say the exes because I feel like I can
wow.
control how that sex is gonna go with any one of them. So that's what I'm going with. If I have to choose.
Anna, you can't choose exes.
I mean, yeah, I can't. So my only choice is, I guess, with
The
the
man with the turban.
And
Bad.
Quasimodo.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Hunchback.
The dude with the turban ain't even the worst one I can think of. There's
That's funny.
Carleen.
I'm gonna go with the exes too. Unfortunately, I don't want to. Let me just make that clear.
hurts.
I don't want to, but
All right, so I'm gonna go with orgy, and there's a reason for this, because no, it's not that. No, it's because if you listen, you only have to do the orgy once a month.
hey, screw you.
But
You
with the
tried that.
exes, you have to get all of them in there, and you just have a month to do it. So for some of us, I don't know who, but I'm just making the point. For some of us, there's more exes than others.
Okay.
And let's clarify, exes doesn't mean people you had actual relationships with. We're going to make it worse and say exes is just people you've slept
Okay,
with before.
and then let's just define sex, because sex could mean different things to
Sex
people
means
too.
exactly what it sounds
Does it?
like to me.
Okay, well, see, you know, I can have a different version of what sex means to me. So we're gonna blur these
We're
lines.
gonna- we're gonna-
I gotta go down that
We're
road.
going to go with the generic version of what sex means to
Okay.
99% of people.
Okay.
So you can't just be like, "Ooh, thanks." Nah, you got to go through it. But the same thing with your orgy situation, you got to go through it.
I'll take the exes. I mean, because once upon a time I did enjoy that with that person.
I'm taking the orgy because
But you might. What if you get the turban?
there was no. I get to pick what sex they are at least.
Oh,
At least. But there was some mistakes made in my younger years, and I ain't trying to relive. So I'm good.
I think I could stomach the exes part because, like I said,
Yeah,
I
we
feel
already
like I
did
could kind of,
once.
I could be like, all right, bro, you get 10 strokes and well, that's it. You know,
Strokes,
you
you're
said,
done.
I mean, one stroke would qualify as sex. So you know what
Nah,
I'm saying? You know.
you gotta go through.
Well,
it.
I
You
went
can't-
through it because, I mean, without calling some names, one stroke kind of was one person. So,
Just consider that however
Oh
many
god.
the X's columns has in it,
that's what I got to do
that's
every
your
month.
every month. So, not saying that any of y'all are, but if you in double digits, you gonna be busy as hell all
Roll
month.
out.
Every other day, or some people every day, or some people twice a day. Not y'all. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm going with the orgy.
I'm sticking with the exes, I guess.
Yeah, me too.
She's just like, yeah.
And he's looking around like, I don't know what the problem is. Okay, that's good. So, anybody else got anything that they want to say or need to say or feel like they should have said?
You stared at me.
Because
Not on the book.
Anna,
No, not really.
Anything you want to go back and add to anything we've talked about today?
No.
No, no. Okay.
I feel like I've said enough or maybe too much.
No,
So
I don't know. I looked over at you like, oh shit.
I'm good.
All right, so we're gonna skip you for now, Carleen. Anything you want to say, should have said, need to say, feel like need to be heard?
I don't think I have any. Not on the record.
I truly feel like all y'all lying, but okay.
Oh.
April.
Cut anymore?
Anything you need to say, want to say, feel like you should have said? Anybody you need to call out? Oh, I forgot to add that one for y'all too. Anybody you need to call out? You ain't got to say their name. You can just say what they did, or is they're doing, or
I
about to do.
Put them out there for that one stroke. So.
I
really think I said too much. And that one stroke was not my most recent ex, in case anybody's trying to tie that
piece it
into
together.
the person. Yeah.
That hurts. Personally, I hope for some reason that person knows who they are and just happen to fall on this podcast. Because, ouch.
Well, and
even when they get home and it's quiet, nobody's around.
I don't think they would be upset because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who's told them that.
I would be upset.
That's been a problem for them in all of their relationships.
If it makes you feel any better, I had a guy like that too.
Well, it's so unfortunate for us when we do.
And then I was on the podcast with a girl that had the same exact guy, did the same exact thing.
Oh.
Okay, I do have something I want to ask you.
Uh-oh.
When guys...
Oh, please say that the way you would get... just the
she's
way
trying
your
to-
mouth
she's trying to
moved
think
just
about that
now,
one.
what you would get ready to say versus what's getting ready to come out of not the same thing.
What I will say is, what is it about some men that don't take the time to learn a woman's body and what those parts of her body do?
Experience versus opportunity.
That sounds about right.
Because some people are there because the opportunity was there. Some people, when they have that opportunity, use previous experiences to kind of know what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing, what they should be spending time on, and what they shouldn't be wasting time on. That's the nicest way I can put it. People that claim that they can do something better than other people, it's generally the opposite, is what I've been told. But then some of us try to perfect what we're good at to make the experience of everything else better. That sounded like some shit I read, didn't it?
No, that makes sense.
That's real shit.
That was my...
Anybody else with a question for me?
Uh-uh.
I felt pretty good about that one.
No, it's good.
I knew where that one was going. I'm like, I got you.
The way I twisted my mouth though.
Because I swear, look, in my mind, just the way your face was moving when you started that, I felt like what you were going to say was going to be the blunt version of what you actually said. And the only reason I recognize that is because I have to filter what I'm going to say most of the time just to not offend people more than I'm trying to.
Right.
So, yeah. Anybody else with any questions for me?
I ain't got
This your
none.
chance. Anything you want to know, this your chance. Now, see, there's some other people that I've had on this podcast that there would absolutely be a setup for myself if I left that door open. People start breaking out lists and shit like, yeah, I got a bunch of shit I want to have. Okay. But yeah, that's what I think. Some people are there for the moment, and some people are like, all right, this needs to be good for both of us.
Right.
I am one of those, this needs to be good for both of us. And I'm not a greedy person, so
I guess
I'd
what I
rather
was
your
trying to
experience
say-
be better than mine, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, that is sweet.
But it would be
Yeah, let's
helpful
go
if
with that.
some men would just, you can even Google this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just take the
Don't
time
do that shit.
to...
The NSA is looking at your phone. You're going to have to answer for Googling that.
Well, you do, but I mean,
Like
at least you would have a little bit more clarity than just trying to just walk blind, you know?
Yeah.
True.
You know, and I also feel like we're at the age now where men shouldn't, well, a man should know. He just should know at this point.
But not all women are good at it either.
Well, yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
Some people are like, you need to go back to playing with Barbies and figuring out which way they move before you try this again.
Well, that question, that could go both ways.
But you know why they don't know? Because we won't tell y'all that, because some of us are in it for that moment.
Well, you just get they get what they can get out of it, and it's not even necessary. But I've actually heard guys talk about these dead lays. You know, they have sex with a woman who she will just lie there and just let it happen, and she don't get into it, she don't move, she don't do anything. And
it's like an episode of SVU,
which I was told it was called a starfish. When they call a girl a starfish, she's just a dry, dead lay. Yeah, so I mean, I think that would be like horrible sex for a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But
sounds like it.
Could
I
imagine
think that
would be horrible for her too.
Female too,
So are we not gonna speak up?
Not that she doing that all the time though.
Isn't that bold?
I'm just trying to figure out why that's okay in her mind.
That's what she used to.
But don't you want more?
I mean, I would think
Like,
so.
what do you get it? What
So
would
when
I
you-
be
okay,
getting
so
from
if-
that, you know?
Yeah, so let's just say that was me, and I'm watching something on Netflix and I see a woman doing something different from what I'm doing. Wouldn't that just kind of be like, oh, man, maybe I should maybe I should move a little bit?
Yeah, seem interested. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm generally a curious person, so I I question things. Okay, I'm done.
I agree with you.
I've said enough.
Oh, God.
Anybody else? I'm trying not to look at you, Carleen. So you like, why are you looking at me?
I know, I always feel like I'm getting like this look and then I start feeling guilty about something. I don't know.
Well, my right side is my dominant side, and that's where you're sitting, so that's why I keep looking. I feel like if I look at Anna, then I'm like... April, what else do you have going on with fashion coming up?
I do have a fashion show coming up on the 26th of February, and it's for a good cause. It's actually Elon Modeling Agency. They are putting on this show for eating disorders. And it's not just a fashion show. They're having speakers from various organizations who's out there to help with these eating disorders to come and speak about what it is and how you can help and how you can recognize like the different signs and symptoms of, you know, someone who may be suffering from that. So it's for a good cause, and I want to say it's a fundraiser, but I'm not quite sure on that. But I always like to do shows that support good causes, because I mean, a lot of times people are suffering in silence, and you know, you may just go to the fashion show because you like fashion, but this is about someone who has eating disorders. That could easily be me, but I've never said anything to anybody because, you know, there's a lot of shame that people put on things like that. So that's the most recent thing that's coming down the pipe, and I'm really excited about that too.
Oh, that's what's up.
Thank you.
I like it.
That's awesome.
Carleen, you got anything going on?
No.
She is so aloof with this, but this woman has an incredible eye for detail and scenery, and she will not promote herself, but she should. I mean, she's on Facebook, so if you go look her up on Facebook, she posts some of the most amazing sceneries that I don't know how she's able to capture that through the lens of a camera, because I know if I see a beautiful sunset and I pull my phone out and snap it, it looks nothing like what I'm looking at.
And she took a picture of a street light.
She's able to capture that, and she's so humble about it, but she's really amazing with that.
Thank you, April.
So maybe she will begin to develop that more. I think she should, because I'm amazed. I'm amazed at what you've done so far.
Thank you, April.
Maybe you can.
Made me feel all warm and
Maybe
fuzzy.
you can start taking pictures of fashion and then be hooked up
I
with
have-
somebody
I have
else that's
actually-
doing
I have
it.
She's
actually went
photographed
before.
a fashion show for me before.
have.
That's how
Wow.
I know how amazing
She is.
she is, and
Anna?
she brings fun to it.
I can see that.
I try. You are fun though. You're just a fun person.
Oh, stop! You're gonna make me cry.
You really are.
Oh, you
Obviously, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy work, because of you and Laurel. But I'm being serious though.
I feel like I should say something mean so her head will fit out the door when she leaves. I can't stand your ass.
Get out.
Oh, God.
Anna, anything going on with you?
I'm about to enjoy some of my annual on my days off. So.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up.
Yep, that's about it.
Okay. I ain't got shit going on. I'm enjoying what I'm doing and gonna continue to do so.
Yeah.
Well, you should. I think you're good at it.
Thank you.
And
Now I'm blushing.
you make this.
You can't
not
see it, but I'm
feel
blushing.
like an interview. You know what I'm saying? It
Oh,
just
yeah,
feels
it's
like
natural.
friends sitting around.
Well, that's
the table
definitely what
talking.
That's definitely what I want for sure. Because if this was kind of a
Stiff.
clinical stiff setting, I don't think I would get the same conversation from people that I do. So
Yeah, people would be guarded. in
I try
that
to make it
sense.
more comfortable.
Yeah. Very relaxed.
That and liquor doesn't hurt when you get certain people and learn that people only need 2 shots of tequila.
Is
Or
he
one White Claw.
Half a White Claw.
Drank the whole White Claw that time.
Did
There
you
was a
really?
lot of White Claw left in that
Come on.
can.
No, that was the beer.
That was the
afterwards.
other one. Well,
Yeah,
one White
I
Claw.
didn't-
Let's
I
go
didn't
with
finish
that.
the beer. Yeah.
The-
More than one incident.
But yeah, that's what I try to achieve is the comfort level of you just sitting around talking to people versus microphone stuck in your
I feel
face
that.
and
I feel
everything you
that.
say being recorded. Watching the little meter move every time you say something.
I have looked over.
I know,
and
that's what
watched it.
that's why I said it.
It's like all big.
Just
when
look
we
over there
laugh.
like
Look, see, I just laughed. There it went. My little hyena laugh. Oh, God.
But anyway, we'll go ahead and end this here because we've talked about plenty that, yeah, at least one of us is gonna get questioned about.
Oh no, 2 of us. But I'm open to it.
3 and a
I'm-
possible.
I'm always open to anything that I say and put out there because I mean it.
I know that's right because I won't say nothing to you that I won't say behind you. I'll say it to you. I don't give a shit. I don't really care what you think personally, but some people do, and they're upset if you're upset that they're upset. And yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, with especially we're all given our one life that we know of, and why would you spend your life or waste your life on what somebody thinks? I mean, if you're on your deathbed and you're getting ready to die, are you gonna say, "Gosh, I really wonder what Carleen's thinking about me right now"? Like, is that really going to be important to you in that moment?
My deathbed confession is gonna be some shit you're gonna want to hear.
I think my deathbed confessions would all be repentance and asking God to just please don't let me go to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. Oh.
It's going to be a full-on prayer for sure.
Mine is probably going to be things that I held back from saying or trying to do. And while that might sound like a nice thing, it's absolutely
I
not.
think the older you get, you are that. You become that.
Oh, dude, I've already
you
said
know
I
what I'm
cannot
saying?
wait till I get to the age where I can say exactly what I think all the time without getting in. I cannot wait
Yeah.
because
You
even
know
if
how
I'm
you
in
see
the nursing home, the nursing home is
elderly,
going to be
They
lit.
can say anything, and
Oh, they
people
really
just
do.
like, well, she's older.
Exactly. That's
whatever.
what I'm waiting for.
Because I feel that coming,
If I could achieve that next year, this podcast would be off the
Oh my
hook.
God, you'd be banned.
No, I wouldn't because I don't work for anybody. And I'm not on YouTube, so I ain't got to worry about getting taken off.
Yeah.
Oh my
But-
gosh. But yeah, I mean, I think if we all could live fearlessly without if you thought that no matter what you attempted was going to be successful, that you couldn't fail, what would you do? If people's opinions didn't matter and you could just go through life fearlessly, what would you do? And
But
that's
some people
where I'm
do.
trying to be now.
Some people are already at that
Yes,
where
and it's like that's where I want to be. I want to just be like, and I feel myself getting to that point, but there are some things that I'm still like unsure of. But,
right.
But shoot, now I'm like, I just feel like I'm in the second half of my life. So this third quarter, man, it's got to be everything that I was afraid to do or cared about. Yes, no breaks, no bathroom breaks. I gotta go, and I mean, and everything is of urgency to me right now. That's why I say don't approach me with BS, because I don't have time for that.
And don't be bad at sex, because she gonna say something about it.
Oh, gosh.
Boo.
Yo,
you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Oh, God.
I don't know if you're going to have to worry about people approaching you at this point.
Well, I don't worry about people approaching me. Most people don't. I mean, especially here, people know me. And most of them don't. And then the ones that do, I think they're just thinking it's their lucky day, and maybe I might. Because I've heard guys do that. Like, shoot, why not? Let me just try and see. I'm not a try and see kind of.
Actually, some people are like, fuck it, I'm already having a bad day.
Yeah,
it can't get so
no,
much worse.
Don't do that.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
Because it's going to be like a, yeah. But
I have my days like that where I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it.
That was that fearless moment in life that you was having.
Yeah. Oh, I have them all the time. Ta-da! I have a podcast now. But nah, like if I'm having what I would consider a bad day, it also means that if I come across somebody that I've been wanting to say something to, that's probably when I'm going to say it. Because, I mean, today's already been fucked up.
Practice,
so
huh?
yeah. See what happens. Create a new red flag for you. Actually, at least two of y'all have experienced it. Y'all don't know y'all experienced it, but I know why I said it, so. I'll be the first to admit it. Because some stuff I say to people, I'm like, I can't believe I said that shit, but I did, so. Oh, well. See how they laugh nervously like that, April? Because they're thinking about it like, motherfucker, is that why you said that? Son of a... But anyway, we can go ahead and wrap this up. So thank you to Anna, April, Carleen.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm, thank you.
This is one of my dreams, surrounded by beautiful women. Like that shit. That's some good stuff right there. So anyway, April, how can people see what you're doing, get in touch with you, so on and so forth?
I am on Instagram under Avixen, AYVIXXEN, and I typically post upcoming shows, photo shoots, events. On Facebook, it's more of a personal. I'm under April Vi, VIA, and that what I attempt to do on Facebook is bring you along on my journey, and so. Most of the people that follow me on Facebook are friends, close friends, or people who are just interested in what I'm doing. The Instagram thing is more of a business thing, just a quick what Vixen is about and what it's doing. And Facebook, I'll get a little bit more personal and, kind of tell you about my journey. So those two avenues are ways to do it. And then there is an email, which you can just hit me up with questions or hit me up on Messenger or any of those things and reach out to me.
What's the email address?
It's avixen@gmail.com.
Okay. And how do we reach
you? You don't. I don't talk to anybody.
Carleen?
Reach me for what?
Red flags, of course.
Got enough of those.
And of course, if you got questions or comments or concerns, keep them to your fucking self. No, I'm just playing. So if you got questions or anything, you can reach me at afalcpod@gmail.com. Of course, I have that merch available. Different stuff coming out all the time. Hit me up. But for all of us, we'll holler at you. Peace.
Bye.
As far as I'm concerned, this shit is over.